Nets host the Spurs. How did he fare? Again, he told you he's good. Let's take a look. First time coming off the bench in 9 years. And he did his thing coming off the bench. How about that beautiful long bounce pass to Jeff Green, who was wide open. We know how he can thread the needle. That court vision on display immediately upon his return. And the Nets are up easy right now over the Spurs, 53-44. It's just the second quarter. 30 seconds later, Nets are still up by a bunch. Harden again finds Green off glass. 3 assists in the quarter from Harden, all going to Green. So first caught up a little bit. They were up to 6 at the break with Brooklyn. In the third, Harden pulls up and sinks the 3 and 1. Look again as he puts on the fake, creating some space for the triple. 96-81 was your score entering the fourth quarter. Again, this is all about James Harden. And what kind of legs would he have after 18 games with a hamstring injury? The slick bounce pass there to Nicholas Claxton. Wow. Through 2 defenders. I mean, there's just not too much you can do about that kind of passing, that kind of vision, that kind of intensity, because remember, he's good. Here, he's going to find Kevin Durant. Look at that, kind of over-the-shoulder pass for KD. Nets were 11 of 17 off Harden passes in this game. They won 18 and 18 in his return. Listen.
Not to like brag or anything, but I'm really good at this game. You know, I study the game. I'm very unselfish. I take the game and I play it the right way every single night. So I don't try to do anything that I can't do or anything that doesn't benefit our team. And if that mindset right there keeps me in a really good place.
Yeah, he's in a good place. And how about the Nets record? Talk about being in a good place. 28-7 when Harden is in their lineup this season. That's the best record by any player with any team among those to have played at least 1,000 minutes this season. Last night, by the way, was the 206th game of his career with double-digit assists. By the way, it was 11. But the first time he needed fewer than 26 minutes to do it. He was efficient in his return back after 18 games. Kendrick Perkins was teammates with Harden in Oklahoma City a long time ago. The last time he came off the bench, 2012, the same year he was 6th man of the year in the NBA. So Perk, overall, thanks for being here with us again on SportsCenter. What was your biggest takeaway from his impressive return last night?
Well, I mean, just how good he looked, right? And the way that James Harden is one of those guys that you could drop anywhere in America at any given time, and he's going to be James Harden. He's just a flat-out hooper. Some guys need time. He don't. Basketball comes natural to him. He came out of his mother's womb getting buckets. But the thing I love about James Harden is his ability to make others around them better. He is one of the best facilitators in the game today when you talk about a shooting guard / that could play the point guard position. And look, him coming off the bench, Sage, I played with James Harden in Oklahoma City where he won 6th man of the year, and he flourished well. You could put him in any lineup, any system. He moves without the ball well. He can play on and off the ball, and his ability to make plays. I mean, look at him just dropping dimes to Big Perk, cutting to the basket, assisting for and ones and dunks and reverse layups. That was the good old days. But look, James Harden is just a flat-out hooper. You have basketball players, and then you have guys that could hoop, and he's one of them.
Absolutely. By the way, timing is everything, and just as the regular season ends, good timing for Brooklyn. And no Kyrie. He has the facial contusion, which we like to call a bruise, right, Matt Berry? Contusion equals a bruise.
Yeah.
So we still have only seen a total of 7 games this season with this big 3 on the court.
And that's going to be a factor, Sage. You talk about a factor for the Lakers. Perk, we thought perhaps we'd see LeBron back on the court Wednesday night as well. He decided to continue to rest that ankle, but you actually figured that was no big deal because of the Lakers, of course, who they were playing.
Sage, look, let me tell you, Sage, you, myself, Matt, maybe throw in Stephen A. and maybe Molly. We could go out there and beat the Houston Rockets right now. So Bron might as well go ahead and go lace his shoes.
So upon further review, Perk, I really believe you are correct.
Really? Yeah, I am. And we witnessed this last night, man. Look. LeBron James didn't play, which I thought was a great deal, right? Because what's been happening with the Lakers over the last month and a half, the role players, the others have been struggling, right? And so this was a game that they could get their confidence back. We watched Andre Drummond have 20 and 10. Markieff Morris, who had been struggling, he was in double figures. And then Taylor Horton-Tucker was able to play the point guard position so that he could get accustomed to making plays for others, because we don't know how long Dennis Schroeder's going to be out with the COVID protocol. But with all that said, right, you need the others. If you're trying to win a championship, you need the others. Your superstars are going to do what they do, but just look at history. Robert Horry, Derek Fisher, Tayshaun Prince, Kendrick Perkins, right? You need those others to come in and fulfill those roles to help you win games in the playoffs so that you can win a championship. And I thought it was a brilliant idea by the front office and the coaching staff and LeBron James to let those guys go out there and rock out and be able to grind it out in the thick of things and figure it out on them for themselves and get their rhythm last night against the Houston Rockets.
Yeah, Perk, that's a great point. You need the role players come playoff time. We know that you know that, because once in the back of the day when you guys were competing for championships, you were a role player at some point, and this is pivotal coming down the stretch. Perk, good stuff. Thank you so much. You'd mentioned the Lakers last night against Houston. Let's show you how we got there without AD and LeBron. Big night for the Lakes, lifting their 2020 championship banner in Staples. LeBron James, Anthony Davis addressed the crowd.
We said we would not reveal this banner until we had some of you guys in the seats. So this is you guys' moment. We had our ring night. We wanted you guys there, but we made sure we saved the banner for y'all. So we love you guys, and on the road to back-to-back starts in about a week. So let's get going.
Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to raise this banner or have this trophy behind me. So I appreciate you guys, and like Bron said, let's get it going to try to repeat.
Will that include a play-in tournament or a playoff berth? Talen Horton-Tucker drives, finishes in the paint. Lakers take charge in the paint. And again, Perk just said it. You know it come championship time. Who are going to be the guys that step up for the Lakers? Look at that move by Cameron Oliver. Rockets now down just 2. That is a tip off the finger. I haven't seen top plays yet. That best be in there. Kyle Kuzma bringing it up. We know he's more than a role player. 84th point in the paint for the Lakers, most of the game in the last 25 years. Under 2 to go, Rockets down. Jason Tate, three-pointer, book it. Rockets make it a 2-point game, just over a minute left. So after some Rockets free throws, Lakers down 122-121. What about that Euro stat from Kuzma? 19 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists. Lakers up 1 with 7 seconds left. And now they're going to need the defense to get a win in this game, and the defense steps up. No LeBron, no AD. However, it was Houston. 3rd win in a row for the Lakers, 124-122. So the Blazers and Mavs are on the right side of the play-in tournament with identical records. The Lakers now 1 game behind. All 3 have 2 games left. LA is out of home games. They're going to have to close out the season away from Staples. They need wins and some help if they have any chance to avoid the extra work to make the playoffs. So check in on what BPI thinks, our ESPN Basketball Power Index. Lakers have only 11% chance to earn a top 6 seed and avoid the play-in tournament. BPI also says that the Lakers have a 3 and 4 chance of meeting the Warriors in the play-in tournament. So, if you need translation, that means Steph versus LeBron.
The 2021